Hi everybody, and welcome back to Rose's Cafe. This week Rose has taught me how to make Embotido. Now Embotido is a Spanish and Portuguese word that is a generic term referring to sausages in general. However, in the Philippines, Embotido has a specific meaning, and that meaning is a dish that's sort of like a steamed meatloaf. It's made usually with ground pork, some sausages, and some vegetables, and it's wrapped in a casing of aluminum foil. Embotido is a festive and holiday kind of food, so as we head into the holidays season here in the United States, that's an appropriate thing for us to be making. Another word that we'll be encountering today is chorizo, which is a Spanish word that refers in general to pork sausages. The type of pork sausage that it usually refers to is best described in the Philippines as a longanisa. We were not, of course, able to find Philippine longanisa here in Roseburg, Oregon, but we did find a longanisa that hails from Mexico, and we're going to use that, and I think it will be a good substitute. Here in a big mixing bowl, I have a loaf of white bread soaked in 1 cup of milk. I have 1 cup of carrots, which I grated with a grater. 3 medium-sized carrots gave me this much, which is just about right. A chopped sweet bell pepper, 1 cup. 1 large bell pepper gave me about a cup. A half a cup of chopped onion, and about a half of a medium onion is what I use for this, and as you can see, it's slightly more than half a cup. It asks for half a cup of cheese cut into long strips. Here we have a half a cup of margarine sliced into cubes. Again, a cup of margarine is 1 standard stick of margarine, so half of that would be half a cup. 2 boiled eggs, sliced, and Rose just told me that I sliced them in the wrong direction, but I think they'll still be useful. Half a cup of raisins, a tablespoon of fresh ground black pepper, a teaspoon of salt, and a tablespoon of sweet pickle relish. For the meats, we have the Mexican longanisa, which I think will work for the chorizo because it's a fairly standard kind of pork sausage that would be similarly available in the Philippines. And last but not least is 1 kilo, which is just over 2 pounds of ground pork. Now we're going to mix all of these together, or most of them together, in this bowl here. So let's get started. Now for the first step, we essentially want to blend all of these ingredients except for the butter and cheese together in a nice big mixing bowl. So let's get everybody to the party. Now I'm going to hold off on putting the boiled egg in for a little bit. First I'm going to get this mixed together good, because I want the boiled egg to not be torn up. I want it to have some of its texture left when we get done with the mixing. Okay, a late breaking bulletin. Rose just told me that I should add 1 raw egg to the mixture as a binder and mix it in. So that's just what we'll do. Embotido recipe. Incidentally, the best way to do this kind of mixing job is to use the very best kitchen utensils that you can possibly get. And those are your 5 fingers on each hand. Trust me, you wash your hands, make sure they're clean, but the only way to get some of these things done is to get your hands in there and do it. I'm going to add the sliced boiled eggs to the mix. And I want to mix them in without tearing them up too much. Okay, and now for the tricky part, rolling the things. You want to get a square of aluminum foil and place about a cup of the mixture to one side and flatten it out so that it kind of holds together as a log shape. Something like that, and then insert some of the strips of cheese into the center along with some of the butter. Now, Rose has pointed out correctly that a lot of recipes reserve the boiled eggs that you mixed into the blend itself for going in here, and a lot of them do. This particular variation asks us to put the boiled eggs in. We did, so that's what we did. But there's nothing wrong with doing that. Now once you have that together, you want to roll the foil so that the cheese and the butter and the boiled egg, if that's what you use, is inside of the roll of meat. And then you want to secure it. Once you have it all wrapped up in the foil, you want to put it in your steamer and set your timer for 60 minutes. While the steaming's going on, I'll just roll the rest of my Embotido into rolls and have it ready to go into the steamer next. As you might imagine, living alone, I'm not going to eat all of this stuff in one sitting, but that's not a problem because it can be easily stored in the freezer and then brought out and microwaved from time to time when you'd like to have some. Okay, our timer just went off, so it's time to remove our Embotido from the steamer. We need to put it on a plate here and let it rest and cool for at least 15 minutes. Okay, so now our steamed Embotido has rested for about a half hour. Actually, I would go even longer if I had the time. So we're unwrapping the rolls carefully and we're slicing it. It's a little bit crumbly. Take it from me, I've already sampled it. It tastes wonderful. So there you go. My very first attempt at Filipino Embotido. It's just a little bit crumbly. It's just a little bit overly moist, but other than that, it looks pretty good. It looks about right, it smells about right, and trust me, it tastes about right. So, if you don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and have my dinner, and come and see us again soon. Bye-bye.